Say be who you wanna be. Come speak your mind. Be you. Get ready for the Nakid Truth. Dr. Kelly bringing it to you right on time. No half stepping. She's bringing you the Nakid Truth.
All right. That is right. I am bringing you the Nakid Truth. And we are so excited about our show tonight. Team Rock, are we ready or not?
Team Rock is here. We are excited. Let's
have
go.
Charity Watts and Anthony Washington in the studio. Hassani Pettiford, who is our resident expert, is on a hiatus and much needed vacation today. So my brother from another mother has a nerve to be on vacation.
I'm glad you retired that statement for today.
Charity, you know you really like it. You give me a hard time, but you like that mother from another brother because it sounds good, doesn't it?
Did you say that?
It puts you in. Did I say something different?
Yes,
you know I
you
will.
did.
Okay, never mind. Let's move on. Let's bring our guests on. Who, boy, I'm telling you, you know what? You know how you want the courage to do certain things, and you just you find it at moments, and then at other moments you're going, I'm scared. Well, I'm sure you guys will all join me in with that same sentiment, and that is with hair, especially African Americans, when it comes to letting go of what you've learned and what you've known all your life and the chemicals, and to really go natural and to be able to rock it and look good. I mean, that is a big feat in my eyes. But our guest today has done this and has done it well, and is at a point where she's teaching others to do it, and she's teaching you to do it. And so you're going to be very, very blessed by her conversation with us today, and I think you're going to learn a lot. So I would like to introduce you all to Kelsey Lynn. She is a natural hair care specialist. She is a cosmetologist that has decided she's going to help us achieve our natural greatness and be able to rock the styles that we like, but be able to experience hair growth and excellent hair care. So we're going to talk to her. We have a lot of questions, so we're going to get to it. But she has a conference coming up in September that you must attend, because if you've ever thought about going natural, ever thought about having a natural hairstyle, you want to be there, because not only is she going to teach you how to do certain styles, but she's going to give you the products and show you the products that are really leading in the industry to help you achieve that. So welcome, Kelsey Lynn.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
We're glad to. You know what, Paulina, you're awesome. We are glad to have you. It's interesting, like I said, that there's a certain amount of fear that comes with, changing your hair and being more natural. What is that about? What is that?
I think it goes back all the way to slavery times. We were never taught that our hair was beautiful. We were never taught how to actually do our hair. And the times that we actually did it and made these like elaborate braid styles, back then, they would make us cover it up. So we were taught to be ashamed of our hair, and that our hair was nappy, and that it wasn't something that was deemed beautiful and to be seen. So this whole time, we've learned how to cover it up. We've learned how to take the European version of beauty and always wear our hair straight or up, or you always have to have it done. You can never wear it natural. It has to be some kind of done or put up.
So we bought into the lie.
Exactly.
We bought into the lie. And
exactly.
it's hard to reprogram yourself, because we live in such a European society, or centered society. So you feel like you're either not as beautiful as you want to be, or you feel that it's impossible. Sorry about that. I thought something was crawling on my feet. And I always have time to pause for that. But anyway, that was a commercial break. But yeah, sometimes it's like, you have that fear, and then you wanna achieve a certain amount of beauty, but at the same point in time you want to be able to do your hair.
Exactly.
Like, I've been so used to having my hair pressed and my hair is so thick that when I wash my hair and it's in its natural state, I feel like really like incapable of doing it, and I don't like that feeling. So what would you tell somebody who's listening and they say, what can I start with that can build my confidence into going into a natural hairstyle?
I would say start with a protective style. See yourself in that light. There's so many different ones. We have like kinky twists. We have crochet braids. That's the new raging thing out right now. We have
Okay.
Senegalese twists. Start with something to where your hands are not particularly in your head just yet, but you can kind of see yourself transitioning into it or see yourself with a different hairstyle.
That is good. See, that's smart. Start with something where you don't have to be involved, but it still gives you a natural look.
Exactly.
Now, I've heard about the crochet braids. Can you explain that?
Okay, so basically, crochet braids are a more inexpensive way of basically getting a weave. That's what it is.
Okay.
And you don't have to use real hair. You can use synthetic hair. I personally like to use on myself and on my clients hair that already has a curl pattern on it so that I don't have to like dip it after or pre-dip it. It's already done. I can wake up and go. So it's like you braid your hair down just like you would a weave, and then you just crochet the hair, knot it on, and you have a totally different look.
That is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So now, would you say out of all the ones you mentioned, and you talk about the twist, you talk about the crochet braids, which one would you say is easier in terms of care?
I would say the crochet braids would probably be the easiest in terms of care. Anything you do, you want to moisturize your hair and, you know, take the proper precautions of taking care of it even in a protective state.
Right.
But I would say the easiest one is just waking up and go with the crochet braids because it's already done. You just wake up and go.
That is cool. And I know a lot of people are listening to us and you want to call in, you want to ask Kelsey Lynn a question. So we're going to, of course, allow you to do that. And you can reach out to us at 323-965-1600. So that's 323-965-1600. Give us a call. We'll be ready to answer your questions. Charity, do you have a question?
I don't have a question, but I also just wanted to say that they can also reach us on Facebook, at The Nakid Truth. And so on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure you give us your questions, your comments. Also, Kelsey might be having some freebies. So you really want to tune in and call in.
That sounds good. I like that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. We have more hair care questions, more natural, being the natural you questions, and that also includes fashion and makeup. But you have a conference coming up, and this is your second annual conference. I remember your very first one.
Yeah.
You were very excited. You came into the radio program and you answered all kinds of wonderful questions, but it was almost like you were birthing your child because it's a vision and a purpose that has been put in within you for some time. So how do you feel having your second conference?
This one, I would have to say, is so different from the first one. First of all, it's a lot bigger. I'm expecting a lot more people. I'm doing a lot more. Last time, everybody was in one room all together. I had the vendors there. I had everybody sitting down together. If there was a presentation, everybody heard it at the same time. This time, we're having different rooms, So in the main ballroom, we're having like our brunch and our fashion show and our premium vendors. And then in the demo room, we have like our blogger panels and certain fashion shows and other, vendors. And then we have classes for professionals that are stylists or students, barbers and makeup artists. We're teaching our people how to do our hair, because that's one thing we have not been taught, especially with cosmetology. We're not taught how to take care of our hair, and it's time in society that as professionals, especially as professionals, we learn how to take care of our natural textures. There's so many stylists out there that don't know how to take care of textured hair.
And let me just say this too. I think it's awesome about Kelsey is because Kelsey actually is a very, very, very well-rounded stylist in the sense that she graduated from Tony and Guy. And so when you were speaking European, she has the natural black, but then she also has the non-black and the non-natural. So she's a very well-rounded stylist. And I think that's key for all stylists, not to be just center focused. Of course, you have your niche, but not just so secluded that if somebody were to come up to you, you would have to turn them away because you don't even know what they're talking about. So I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
That is very true. And I guess, going through the training, like you said, they don't really teach you how to do the natural hair.
No.
So did you find that you excelled in the other hair, but you just felt like it wasn't something that you really could give your purpose and the love that God had placed in your heart for hair on illustration?
I think for me, my love for hair started with natural. And then when I decided to create opportunities for people in the Orange County area by getting my license, I was like, okay, I need to learn other textures besides my own. So I was like, let me go to what I see as the best school, and that was Tony and Guy. And the first day or second day of school, we had to learn round brushing. I was like, what is a round brush?
Oh, I've seen that where they move the brush.
Yeah, you have the brush
Yes.
and you have the blow dry. I'm like, we don't do this with our hair.
Right.
You
You
know?
go straight down. with
Exactly.
Sometimes a comb.
Right. We have the comb attachment. We put that blow dryer in. It's straight. We don't have to do all that round brushing and volumizing. We don't have to do all that. So it was like a totally new world for me that I had to learn. And you know, it gave me not just a passion for natural hair, but hair in general, but really get that education out there, because when it came to curly hair or natural hairstyles, they called on me to do it. They're like, Kelsey, we need you to do some braids. Or, Kelsey, we need you to work on curly hair. Like, what do? We don't know what to do. I'm like, I'm gonna need y'all to calm down.
Yes.
It's just like everybody else's hair. It's
Yes.
just like the method it's just a little bit different.
So you had the courage to deal with it, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about this, because you know, I can hear people in our community calling our hair nappy. And I remember when I was growing up, my aunt used to hate that because she felt like we had beautiful hair.
Oh, yeah.
Our hair was more coarse, you know, than some, and more curly than others. So how would you describe African American hair to help people understand the textures, so that they don't get into a negative place in regards to their texture?
Well, let me correct something. Natural hair, even in its kinkiest state, is actually not coarse. It's actually fine. Coarse hair would be like Asian, like that really thick hair, like you can see the strand and it looks thick.
Right,
That is
right,
coarse
okay.
by definition. Our hair is actually fine, but because of the texture, it looks very, very dense. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So our hair is actually more prone to breakage if you do not know how to take care of it. And a lot of times, especially when we were younger, trying to like comb out our kids' hair, we would do it dry.
Oh.
Not smart.
True.
Not smart. Our hair is most pliable when it's a little bit of damp. It doesn't have to be soaking wet. It could just be damp, and you can run your fingers through it so much easier than trying to, comb your hair out dry. Take some water, some conditioner, or a little bit of oil, mix that in, detangle that hair, and you're done. You know,
good.
you don't
That's
have
good. Look
to
at that.
make it work.
I learned that.
And remember, when we were younger, our parents used to comb our hair and brush our hair on dry hair to the point where we were almost in tears.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when are you gonna stop? Like, is
yeah.
it done? I mean, squinching. So
yeah.
you understand, and it illustrates the principle you're talking about, and that is wet hair. It helps to make the process easier. It also protects the hair and causes less breakage.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's good information. And I remember the last time you were trying to share with the audience this time is you were telling me about the porosity of the hair and how you can tell whether your hair needs more certain type of conditioner, more moisture, oil, whatever.
Exactly.
So go ahead and finish that up and add to it from last year.
Okay, so again, porosity is basically just how your hair keeps and receives moisture. There's different levels. I would say 3. People say it in different ways. People say high, medium, and low, or normal, very porous, or resistant. So with high porosity, which means your hair is very porous, your hair receives moisture really quickly, but it loses it just as fast. So people who have high porosity hair, you have to use thicker, like creamier leave-ins, to kind of fill in those holes. It's like a sponge with holes in it.
Yes.
And then take like butters, like thick butters, like not maybe shea butter because that's a little bit too heavy, like a mango butter or something that's like a hair butter to, that has that fatty acids to fill in those gaps where that moisture is, releasing itself, and you have to like wet your hair every day. If you moisturize it properly, you can go like 2-3 days, maybe a week, depending on your hair texture. Normal porosity is just basically that you receive and release moisture at a normal rate. Just about anything works in your hair. If you have low porosity like I do, or what people call resistant porosity, it's kind of like a roof with all those shingles on it, like a scale, like fish with scales. You can't get anything in there. So for that kind of hair, you want to use anything that is penetrating, like conditioners that have coconut oil or olive oil or Jamaican black castor oil, anything that doesn't sit on top of the hair but that really gets into the core. Hot oil treatments that opens up that hair shaft, or deep conditioners on a weekly basis. Those kind of things get that moisture in and keep the texture at a consistent softness.
And how do you test your hair to see whether or not you have any of these 3?
Well, for me, I think the easiest way, especially when you have curly hair, is just to take like a regular shed hair. You can take it out your brush, out of your hair, whatever. Take a clear glass of room temperature water, not cold, not warm, because you don't want that to play a part in how the test works. You just take the hair and you make sure you put it in the water. Don't try and push it down. Just make sure that it's fully immersed in the water on top. It's either going to do one of 3 things. It's going to float, or it's going to sink slowly or drop straight to the bottom. If it floats, you know it's resistant because it's not receiving the moisture. If it drops slowly, it's normal. And if it sinks straight to the bottom, most likely you are high porosity, which means your hair receives that moisture really quickly, but it releases it just as fast.
That is awesome. Look at that. I mean, you know, the kind of information you get. I mean, generally, I don't even know, hairdressers, if they know it, they don't talk about it. They don't teach us. So we don't know these things. And so we're putting, you know, some of us are putting oil in our hair when we don't need to. Some of us are not putting oil in our hair when we need to. So these are things that, you know, just could even help your chemically treated hair better.
And it's funny that you say that, because I think now we're getting into an age where people are learning how to take care of their own hair. They're not having to go into the salon as much because of this natural hair movement that's going on. And so stylists are seeing their clients maybe every few months for like a cut or a trim or something that they can't do themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so people are now learning how to really take care of their own hair instead of being dependent upon a stylist. Because back in the day, you know, stylists didn't tell you secrets.
This
You know,
is true.
they kept
And
that.
This is true.
I was
Still
just,
don't.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking that, you know, you don't, a stylist isn't going to tell you, not to say that they're only in it for the money, but, you know, if they're used to having clients just come in and depend on them, then that's what they're going to do. But I think because of this natural hairstylist, I would hope and would think that the way stylists approach to the industry now is a more of a teaching and styling method,
Right.
as opposed to just a styling method, because if they keep the styling, chances are that their clients will continue to dwindle.
Exactly. And part of that is doing your service well. You don't have to worry about your clients leaving you if you're giving them the service that they like, that they require from you. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to say this, or I don't want you to know what product I'm using because, you know, I don't want you to go get it and then you not come back. There's so many people that need to get their hair done. That's a commodity that is never going to go out of style. Trust me. Everybody needs to get their hair done.
This is so true.
So if you are servicing your client correctly, there's no need to be insecure about them not coming back.
That's so true. That's great. That's great. Great information. So you all know that you don't want to miss Kelsey Lynn's conference. It's the AU Natural Hair or Natural Love Conference. I want to say here, but let's get it right. AU Natural Love Conference, and that's going to be held on September 27th from 10 to 4 p.m. So it's pretty much all day, would you say? And she has a lot of things lined up, from vendors to professional classes that are going to be led by professionals in the fashion industry, in the makeup industry, and also in the natural hair care industry. And it's going to be at the Grand Hotel in Long Beach, which is a very nice facility. If you've never been there, you got to go check it out. But then, so I love the way you have it set up, because it's a little bit for everybody, even professional people.
Exactly.
So if you're a hair, I won't say architect, but I better say this right, hairstylist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, and you need additional information on how to care for natural hair, because they didn't probably teach you at beauty school. Then you can also get information and education at the conference. So tell us, what are you expecting for the average person who may not be a hair care specialist, but just a person on the street who wants to learn more about natural hair care? What would they leave with?
A great time and great information. I mean, this year we're doing it a lot bigger. Again, we're doing a brunch, so you're gonna leave fed, trust me. We have some inspirational speakers speaking. We have a fashion show this year. We have live demos from different companies showing you how to use their products, how to do certain things, you know, so that you can go home and not leave empty-handed with knowledge. We also have some panels. You know, we have some bloggers and some beauty bloggers, some lifestyle bloggers coming out, sharing their time and their information, what they've done, things like that. A lot of wonderful people coming out, and especially our professionals. We have Dr. Carrie Williams, we have Michael Ferreira, we have Kimberly Wright, Omoye Sings, we have Ellie Fulton, and then we have a lot of wonderful bloggers out there who are well known, have thousands of followers, you know what I mean, and who are giving, you know, their knowledge in their profession, and also, you know, their time for, you know, just helping out, you know.
Now, is there a cost associated?
Yes.
Okay,
so
what's the cost?
We have general admission, and that's $20, and you get to come in. You
$20.
get a cute bag. You get some samples. You know, it's a really good time. And then we have brunch VIP, which is $40, so you get to eat and you get a little bit of extra goodies. So
lovely. So $40 VIP, that includes a brunch, and then the $20 just for regular admission.
Exactly.
And you know what? Where can you go and get the kind of information you're going to get for $20?
Exactly.
I mean, you know,
It's a really, really good investment. I mean, just
It
think
really
about,
is.
if you think about this, especially women, we spend so much money on trying so many different products because we don't know what works or we don't even know what we need. So I want to try this because the
Right.
packaging looks good. But if you just go and spend the $20 or $40 to learn what you need to know, then that way you're spending, you're investing your money a lot more better because, whew, Jesus.
And it's so funny you said that, Charity, because not only do you spend money on products, we know you know that. Did I rat you out? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Now, I know you're not talking.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said we know. We're product junkies. Okay, she'll admit it.
I'll admit
and then
it.
I'll admit it that she is too.
She can admit it
So
for herself.
I'm a product junkie.
But yeah, it's like you give us a cute little bottle and we think, wow, and it does this and it's shea butter and it shines your hair forever,
Right.
24 hours, whatever.
Right.
But the great thing about it is, even to buy a magazine these days, you're spending what, $5 to $8.
Yeah.
So even if you especially going to buy a hair care magazine because they're a little bit more expensive. So if you're going to do that, you might as well spend $20 and get multiple people who are going to help you get all kinds of information on different products
Get some
and be able to
free
meet other
samples.
people, free samples, And so we're gonna talk a little bit about the guest. Charity Watts, who is a part of Team Rock, will be the host for the day.
Woo woo.
And so, are you excited about your hosting gig?
I am.
What are you
I am
most looking forward to?
I'm interested just to learn myself, even though I will be engaging with our guest speakers and our panelists and really getting the crowd excited. I think just hearing and learning is what I'm excited for. And then just to kind of see the whole production, especially I was at the last one and it was really, really good. So I'm always glad to see people that I know, especially who are around my age, really doing their thing and can increase from the last time. So I'm just excited in general. So
Yes.
I think you should be there.
Yes. So we have Charity Watts who's going to be hosting, and let's go down the list because you have a lot of great guests.
Yes.
So you have Dr. Carrie Williams, and she's the
Yes.
president of the state board, right, of
Exactly.
cosmetology, and
Barbering and cosmetology.
that's pretty. That's huge.
And she's a celebrity stylist, so she's done literally
The celebrity
everybody.
stylist.
Really,
Yes.
and she does hair or she does braids or what?
Everything. She's done, Chrisette Michelle, Tasha Smith.
Wow.
She's done Nia Long, Carrie Hilson, Jill Scott, Megan Good. Tamara Mori. The list goes on.
She's the lady.
She
Yes,
is the
she is
go-to
the lady.
celebrity
So-
bringer, crocheter, like all of
Yes.
that.
This is exciting. So she'll be able to, and not only that, but she can answer questions as to maybe even why the industry doesn't embrace natural hair. Seeing that
Exactly.
she's, the president of the board.
She's going to be actually doing like a lot class. Now, just for clarification,
Lord. Okay.
the classes are actually paid for classes. So if you have an admittance ticket, doesn't
Okay.
mean you get into the classes. You do have to pay for those.
And how much are the classes?
Now,
Are they vary? Do
they vary. You
Okay.
can find that on the website, but students
Perfect.
do get a discount. So, of course, you have to have proof that you're a student.
So cosmetology students or any kind of student?
Cosmetology students.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, and then tell them about your website before we go on to talk about the other guest speakers.
Okay, so on my website, I'm a blogger as well, so I, do beauty, hair, all of that stuff. So that's www.allnaturallove.com. That's AUNaturallove.com. And right when you open the site is all the information about the event and what we're going to be doing, from the attendee tickets, from if you want to be a vendor, and if you have a company, it doesn't matter if it's natural hair or natural body products. If you're a finance company or you want to get yourself out there, or you're a sponsor and you want to speak, we have different, sponsor packages and things for that. We also, of course, have our professional classes for students, stylists, barbers, and makeup artists. Of course, you will need to have some kind of proof that you are any of those things, but we do have classes specifically for you at the
awesome.
event. And then we have our live demo for our attendees, so you can see what's really going on and learn some extra things about what's going on.
What are they going to demo? This is exciting. So they're going to demo like maybe the crochet braids or twists.
It just depends on what it is and who's doing it. So some people may show you how to use their particular product. Some people use products incorrectly. Some people put too little. Some people put too much. Some people just don't know how to use it in general. You know what I mean?
Wow. So just that simple.
Exactly. And then some people might, say if you're a blogger or you're an upcoming blogger, I'm going to have a guest speaker there, and she's going to be talking about social media and how to use it even for your business.
Oh, I love that.
So just
I
little
love
things
that.
like that. It's about supporting each other, especially in our community, because we don't do that enough in our businesses.
So
if
true.
you have a business out there, you want to get some support, you want to get your name out there, we're having over 400 guests come. So
This is great. Now,
great opportunity.
when you thought about doing this, when God laid it on your heart to do this, I'm sure, Did you check and see, were there any other natural hair conferences that were out? Did you realize that there were very few? What motivated you to do it in this format?
Well, I mean, I didn't even know since a few years back that there was even a natural hair community out there. I just thought I was by myself looking at, some random YouTube people, talking about natural hair. But there's a whole community, there's a whole circuit of us out there supporting each other. And I think I went to my first natural hair conference and I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to take this to another level because I know I have knowledge that I could give to people.
Yes.
I know I have something, that people need to hear. And so I may not be able to do it by myself, but there's other people who have the same vision. And if we all come together and we support each other, not only about our hair, just hair bringing a certain amount of people together.
Right.
Just hair.
Right.
And then you have all these businesses that are profiting from it and, growing just because of the love of yourself, loving yourself. That's what it's about. All natural love.
I like that. That's why you call it all natural love. That's what
loving yourself naturally.
Okay. So we talked about Dr. Carrie Williams, and then Kimberly Wright is also a natural hair care specialist, and she has she owns her own salon.
Yes.
Sorry, I had all these O's coming through.
Yes.
In Bellflower.
Yes, Natural Intentions. She owns her
Bellflower
own,
of all places.
Yes, in Natural Intentions. So she's really, really good. She also has her own product line called Soul Ingredients. She's been out there. She's a Veda graduate. So she's really good at what she does. I've seen her work. I've hung out with her. She is superb. She's taught me a few things. So I'm not gonna just have anybody up there just because
because they do natural hair.
Exactly. I'm giving you people who I know would give you quality.
Awesome. So you've qualified them. They've either did your hair or you've seen them do hair.
Oh yeah.
And you're saying this is the best of the best, the cream of the crop.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And then you have I said her name earlier right. I'm going to still say it right.
Yes.
Omoye.
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 Yes.
See, I said it right earlier and wrong now. Omoye sings.
Yes.
Okay, and then you said she has a product and she calls it Rootspiration?
Rootspiration.
Okay.
Yes.
What
and
is that?
It's basically a hair and scalp oil, and it stimulates that hair and gives it nourishment, and it helps it to grow. It's so
Does it work?
bomb.
Does it really work?
Oh my God, it is good. And
Lord.
if you can put an oil in your hair and it's the only thing in your hair and detangle with it,
That's
it's
good.
good.
That's good.
And it feels soft
Really?
and not Greek.
Really?
Child, it's good.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah, so she is a licensed natural hairstylist, and she is a master braider, master loctician. She's been in this industry a long time, so she has a lot of information to give. And she's actually teaching a class called long-term hairstylist. So she actually has tendonitis. In her wrist and in her
which
hands.
is pain in the nerves.
She can't do hair anymore. So she wants to prepare the stylist. What are your goals if something happens?
Yes.
What is
after.
Exactly.
Yes,
what is your
hairstyle.
plan? You have to plan. What are you going to do to be successful, even if you cannot do hair?
Right. Products. Teaching. So there's all kinds of stuff. That's great. That's really good. And then you have Elle Fulton, who's going to be there, and she's the makeup artist.
Exactly.
So now, so when you think about natural makeup, you think about, it's probably not going to be the right color. It's a little dull. Where do I find? I got to go to Whole Foods to buy my makeup. So tell us a little bit about what she's going to be doing.
Well, she's not particularly going to be talking about natural makeup, even though natural makeup is great. You just have to find the right thing.
Okay.
But she's going to be talking about makeup in general. And the issue is a lot of people don't know how to do makeup for black skin. Either we're looking gray on camera, or we're too dark, or we're too light, or we're too something.
Yes.
She's going to be talking about a few things, and we're going to have 2 classes for her. There's going to be Q&A. There's also going to be a chance for 2 people to win a free makeover from her.
Wow. Wow. So like if you're going to a special event, you want to save your makeover that you want for her, you can do that. And then, because let me tell you, to have a makeup artist come and do your face, you used to be able to pop up back in the day when they had Robinson's May or Macy's, you would pop up, give them $25 and you get a whole face made up, you get out. Now it's like a $40 minimum.
Yes.
And if someone comes to your house, they're like $100. I mean, so, having that that's a good bonus.
Oh, yes.
Yes, a good bonus. Okay, and then you have the only gentleman on your panel at this point, and as a guest speaker, and that's Michael Ferreira, and he is the stylist guru, right?
He is amazing.
He is the man. The Perfect Gentleman.
Yes.
Is his slogan.
Isn't that
so,
something? The Perfect Gentleman.
Yes.
And what is he going to talk about?
Now, he is going to be basically talking about the definition of color, what colors you wear really mean, and how to use them strategically. Basically talking about how to use colors to get what you want out of your life, out of your career. You know, he was basically saying, you know, colors have certain meaning. They make people feel a certain way.
Yes.
They, you know, they are strategic to the eye, you know? And so certain things happen when you wear certain colors and even when you wear them together. And so he, you know, has his own custom clothing line. So you know he knows.
So he's teaching us how to be strategic.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, because because what's going to happen is strategic, and you need to be strategic in making sure that it happens right.
And he is regularly trained by the AICI, which is the Association of Image Consultant International. So he is not playing. Not
And he's
playing.
sharp. I've seen him.
He
You like
is.
him.
He's sharp.
You like him. Anthony, you have somewhat of a natural hair style, and I remember when you were not so natural. Even though guys are always pretty natural.
That is.
But didn't you ever? Okay, so we're gonna rat you out. Didn't you have a chemical in your hair at one point?
Oh no, I never had an Ice Cube Jerry curl. Don't say
Yeah.
that.
Okay, Anthony, come on.
Never had a Jerry
Anthony,
curl. Never.
did you have a texture?
I never had it. No.
Anthony, you can tell
Oh
me.
my
No, I
God.
didn't have a finger wave. I didn't have any of that. I was no.
Oh, so
Don't
you've
let
always
us-
been natural.
Yeah.
Don't
Whatever,
let us find
Anthony.
some pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let us, because
Hello.
of that Coolie High
I
picture.
may.
Surely post them.
I tell you, Mom may have used some Afro Sheen. That's about it.
Oh, wow.
That's about
Okay,
it.
so then what made you
All
stay
right.
natural all the time?
So I started off with twist, and then it just flowed. It just kept going. I saw other people, and they kept doing it, and it looked good, and I wanted to be able to keep it up. So that's my question to you, Kelsey. Like, are you inviting men too? Can they come? Is it something for them if they have hairstyles like mine, or if they just have a fade? You know, what's going on
It's
for them?
definitely open for men. You know, a lot of guys don't think, you know, when you go into these conferences that, you know, they're welcome. But men have hair issues just like women have hair issues.
It's the truth.
I see a lot of people, especially with locks, guys who do not take care of their locks. They literally wake up and go, and their locks feel like sheetrock. I'm like, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
you gotta do
One day you're gonna
something.
wake up and your lock is gonna fall off. You know, because you're not moisturizing it, you're not taking care of it. Your scalp is looking cray cray. You know,
Cray, that means crazy.
Yes.
And gentlemen, if you're listening, just to let you know, I mean, you know, there are some women who may like the wake up shaggy dread look, but most of the time it's when you keep them up, they're twisted in the front, you know, you take care of them, you know what I mean? We don't want, you know, to pat your head and something comes flying out.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Not
so-
cute.
So the upkeep though is not for men. Is it as difficult, or not difficult? It's not the word, but do you have to do it as much as women?
Well, you have to, okay, your hair will tell you what you need to do. You get what I'm saying? So it's not about women or men. Your hair tells you, I'm dry. Your life. You know, your hair will tell you, okay, I need to wash, or I have too much product and I can't receive. You know, your hair will tell you that. So men need to understand that this natural hair thing is just about them as much as it is with the women.
That's good. So men, you can come and you can be a part of it. You can learn something. So Anthony, let me ask you, because I remember when you started, I'm going back to you. When you started, your hair was short. I mean, it was like, you know, just as short as a short haircut. And now it's long. So would you subscribe to the fact that just taking care of it regularly, getting it done and redone and conditioned helped your hair growth?
Absolutely. I've never experienced this before, so it was different for me. So I made sure to get in contact with some people who had their hair like this and had been going to people who knew what they were doing. So I wanted to do it. I said I want to be consistent with it. I didn't want, you know, the shaggy whatever. So I wanted to be consistent. I needed something too, because I work out a few days a week. So I knew I sweated a lot and so forth. So I needed to go to somebody who could take care of that and show me what I needed to do. So it's been great so far. Now the weather's been hot, so sometimes I'm like, oh,
Right.
it's a lot of hair. I don't know how ladies do it. I don't know how you guys do it.
Now, how did you find your stylist? Because it's someone that you use on a regular basis, I would assume.
Right, just being connected to other people who had similar hairstyles and, you know, looking at what that person did for them, and I'm like, okay. So referrals are
good.
always great.
And speaking of referrals, I think
Sure.
people need to be okay with asking. You know, sometimes, especially
Yes.
women, we can have that pride thing or that, like, I'm not about to ask. But, you know, if you see
Exactly.
somebody who has a style that you like, you know, ask her, like, where did you get that done? And then not only does it allow you to get the information that you need, but it brings business to whoever did their hair. And so, and then even stylists, you know, thinking that you know it all, being okay with asking, hey, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you teach me? Or
It's picking
where
up a
did you-
whole new
Exactly.
skill.
Yeah.
And it's all profitable. I mean,
It
you know,
is.
and we're going to talk about Kelsey and her transition from the last time we were here for the conference. She discussed it to now because you branched out. I mean, you're actually doing hair, natural hair, and consulting people on how to do their natural hair on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Okay. And before, what was it? You know, when you first came to the studio, how often were you doing hair?
Hair was my go-to for, you know, my money anyway, especially if I wasn't dancing or on set or doing something in the entertainment industry. So I was always doing hair. I always had somebody at the house. You know, my mom was like, can I get a day to myself?
Why is
Can I just
everybody
get a Saturday
always
when somebody
doing
is not
your
in the house getting their hair
Yes.
done? So, you know, my clients would always ask me, okay, when are you going to get a salon? I'm like, what you talking about? I'm a dancer. Getting no
They're like,
salon.
yeah, right.
Yeah. And so, like, I felt a need and an urge in my spirit, like, you need to, you know, make this official. And I was like, I prayed about it. I was like, God, are you serious? Are you for real? He
Yes.
was like, yeah, you need to go ahead and make that. And I stepped right on it, got my license. I am a licensed cosmetologist. Been doing hair over 10 years. But now I am
You're legit.
licensed. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's great. That's great. And so if they want to reach out to you for you to consult with them on natural hair care, for you to do their hair naturally, how would they reach you?
They can definitely reach me by phone or by email. The phone number is 562-444-8LYN, L-Y-N. And if you want to
good.
reach me by email, it's withlovebyk@gmail.com.
With love by K at gmail.com. Okay, and tell them again how they can get tickets because we know that this All Natural Love Conference
Yes.
is coming up on September 27th, which is a
Yes.
Saturday.
Which is a
right?
Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Oh, see, that like that. Because you know why? A Sunday, once you know, finish church, you can roll on over and get some good information. And it's a mild day traffic-wise, so it's perfect. Okay, so let's say this again. So it's Sunday, September 27th, and it's from 10 to 4 at the Grand,
Yes.
the Grand, which is like a ballroom.
An event space full of
center.
rooms.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Long Beach. So you definitely want to check in, and you go to All Natural. That's AUNATURAL love.com, and you get a ticket.
Exactly. So over there, you can get, you know, your admissions ticket. You can get your vendor's ticket if you want to, you know, promote your business
nice.
and
Okay.
sell.
So
your
you're still taking
products.
vendors?
Oh yeah, still
Okay.
taking vendors, still taking sponsors, even still taking volunteers if you want to come in. And volunteers, you also get a free gift bag and a wonderful All Natural Love shirt. We're also doing this year a stylist competition.
Okay, wait, tell us about that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So the only thing is, you're not gonna know till you get there.
Ooh.
So you-
but if you're a stylist and you're listening, you're saying I got skills.
Yeah.
Do they contact you on the website?
Yes, they can
Okay.
contact me on the website. If you want to take classes, there is a registration there. If you want to be in the stylist competition, there's a registration there. But you must have an admittance ticket to register,
Good,
or
good,
you
good.
cannot get in. But the thing is, when you get there and we do that stylist competition, you're going to be put on the spot. So just be ready because we're not
Yes.
telling you anything.
That's exciting. It's something for everybody.
Kelsey, what I want to know is natural hair is it for everyone, meaning, you know, we see Taraji, we see Beyonce, they got it all whipped and flowed and so forth, but they do, come on. But if somebody walked in to your studio and they wanted to go natural, would you be like, oh, maybe you're not the right fit for it, whether it's the face or the hair?
That's a good question.
I feel two ways about it. I feel yes, natural hair is for everybody. Otherwise, your hair wouldn't have grown that way. And then on the other side, I feel it's a lifestyle. You know, if you don't feel like you have the time to actually give your hair the love it's going to need being natural,
Yes.
then I don't say do it because it's not going to prosper. It's not going to grow if you're not going to love it. It's just like anything else, like taking care of a baby or taking care of your body, eating healthy, brushing your teeth. It needs attention and it needs care. And if you're not going to give your hair that kind of time to do it or go to someone who is, then I say don't go natural because you ain't going to be cute.
And what I've seen over time, I've had people ask You know, how do
you
you
ain't gonna be cute.
how do you deal with your hair? What do you do? And or they'll ask me the products I use, and they'll say I got the products, but it's not doing anything. Okay, well, like natural, especially if you come from a relaxed state,
Yes.
like natural hair is not something that's like overnight.
No,
like,
it's not.
Your curl pattern has to come back.
Yep.
You know, your hair
Has to be trained.
has to be retrained because your hair has been trained to be straight now. So now you have to retrain it to
Exactly.
be natural. So it's a process, and if you're not willing to go through the process,
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so now that you guys talked about it being processed, it really is.
It is.
So, what advice would you give? Because Sherry, you do your hair naturally, as well as we discussed with Anthony. What advice would you give somebody who's going through that transition and you don't want them to give up? Because if they give up, they're gonna go back to chemicals and they're gonna start all over again.
I think Kelsey said it perfect.
What was
is
that?
doing the protective style first, because
Yes.
when your hair is in these types of styles, you're putting it back in its natural state already. So you're allowing the natural, the protective style to do the work for you without you having to do anything. Then after you get it done so many times, when you take it out, it's pretty much back in its state, and then you condition it and do stuff like that. But I think the protective styles is key.
And then also be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
be
People
patient.
are good at certain things. Everybody is not good at everything.
That's
you
so
know what I
true.
mean?
So
So
true.
some people may not be good at doing their hair. If not, go get it done.
Right.
You know,
There we go.
don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, if you got that neighbor who doesn't mind, hooking you up with a twist
You're
out
like,
every
"I'll
so
be in your
often.
chair next week."
Exactly.
Yes,
You know, be patient with yourself and then get education. That's one thing that I am pushing at
That's
this year's
good.
event is education. Only because we are not educated about our own hair. Let alone our own history.
Yes.
That's a totally different conversation. But ourselves in general, we're not educated about ourselves.
We're not educated about ourselves, and we don't like our hair. A lot of us don't even like our hair. So we really need to get back to, like you said, the all natural love.
And you would be surprised all the beautiful textures that I see when people come either to my house or sit in my chair.
Yes.
And I'm like, you don't like your hair? You see your
You
curl
like,
pattern?
I would pick that.
I don't even know it could do that. I'm like, of course you didn't, because you didn't even try. You didn't even try to love on it and do some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
That's good. That's
And there's
good
so
stuff.
many things that we could do. Like, I'm just naturally, like, I'm in this position now where I really want to start being an explorer. I want to explore. We're just gonna say explore because it wasn't coming out right. So, where I really want to explore more natural styles, and because I have so much hair, and sometimes it could just be a lot. But I think when I have other people who are good at natural, just do it and then show me how to maintain it and do it, then I'll probably do it. But yeah.
And again, if you want to call in with 15 minutes left, you can reach us at 323-965-1600. Again, that's 323-965-1600.
and so I'm giving away two general admission tickets.
Wow.
Yes. So
Okay,
the caller who I'm gonna ask some questions, and the caller who gets the question right, when it's something we
I
talked
like
about
that.
today.
I like that.
You know, the caller who gets the question right
Yes.
can win the ticket.
So if you call in, you have the potential of winning a ticket, but you have to answer a question that Kelsey posed to you. So give us a call, 323-965-1600. Okay, so we know all these beautiful people that you had come to the conference, and we know that the products are going to be there, the vendors are going to be there, all this. What would you say is your favorite product for conditioning?
Now, are we talking about after wash or during the
Oh,
wash? Because
Lord.
that's two
right.
different
They're doing
things.
that
texture are you
now.
talking
They're
about?
doing that now. Okay, so let's talk about that. What's the difference? When would you use a pre-wash conditioner versus a post-wash conditioner?
Well, I mean, there's different things for different textures. For me, my hair being resistant,
Yes.
I always pre-poo my hair before I shampoo it, condition it, or co-wash and condition it.
Wow.
I have to, because I have to detangle it. I have to get it in this state to where it's like going to do what I need to do. Because if you were to wash your hair and it's like knotted and stuff like that, do you think it's really going to be that much easier if you're shampooing it and conditioning it that it's going to come out?
No, it's going to make it worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So conditioners have slip, even if it's like silicones that are water soluble, or if it's a natural, the oils in it give it that slip to where it can detangle a lot easier. You can get those those knots out, you know. And that's just for my hair. You know, everybody is different. Some people can just go shampoo, condition, and wash.
Right.
But for me, for pre-pooing, I love Cantu. Cantu is great. It works on just about everybody's hair texture.
That's good.
You know.
Is that the one in the jar? Okay.
Yes, it works on
And
just about
Cantu,
everybody.
Cantu.
Yes.
Okay.
Cantu. So I like to mix
good.
that with like different oils. And even if, for instance, I have other conditioners, whether it's leave-in or
Yes.
treatments, I'll mix them together with some oils. Or even if there's stuff I didn't like, you
mix it in
know,
just
I
to
will
be able
mix
to
it
not waste.
together. Yeah, and
Not
it
waste.
works. It works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charity, another question?
I didn't have a question, but it's definitely different things for different people, and part of it is really trying. Like there are just some conditioners who I've asked from other people, and it works great on their hair, but my hair hates it.
Yes.
And then there's some
Yes.
stuff on my hair that works amazing,
And they hate it.
And they hate it. So everybody, and I feel like so many times, especially with YouTube out there, and people give these suggestions, and they everybody takes it for face value, like oh well, if she can do it, then I can do it.
Right.
Maybe. But don't be surprised if it doesn't work. Don't be disappointed if it doesn't work, because your hair is not the exact same as the other person.
And
Right.
the way you can find that out is, again, your porosity. I can ask somebody, they'll say, hey, what products do you use? I'm like, I don't give people products, but if you tell me your porosity, I can tell you what products will work for your
great.
hair.
That's great.
You know, so if you know your porosity, there are products that will work for your hair, and there are products that absolutely will not. And that will eliminate you buying stuff that you don't need to buy if you educate, again, yourself.
That's
So.
good.
Educate.
Education is real. It's good. And okay, so how did you're young in the sense that you're a young adult, so you're not in your 50s and your 60s where you've had all these experiences. How did you get up to speed so quick in this natural hair care system? I mean, honestly, you're very impressive, Kelsey.
Thank
They're going to
you.
really be blessed
Thank
by
you.
all the information you have. But was it just how did you do it?
I educated myself. Number one, I realized when I transitioned to natural, I was like, okay, I don't know what my hair is going to look like. I remember what it looked like when I was a kid, but it definitely does not look like that now. A totally different texture.
Right.
And I decided, because I was just doing my hair, I was yanking it, and I was getting like big clump balls, when I'm like washing it and stuff. And I realized, I said, okay, I can't keep doing this if I want my hair to be like hip length, because that is my goal. I'm like right here in the middle. Yeah, I'm right above my stomach. Right now.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's long. Don't let it fool
that's
you.
the other thing about us with length. The natural hair care styles, they take your length up. So a lot of people are going, I'm gonna lose my length if I do this hairstyle. So is there any way you can extend your length and make sure you get the fullness of your length and when you have hair care styles?
Yeah, you can basically do, natural hairstyles like twist outs are really, really good. Braid outs, anything that extends your natural curl pattern.
Okay.
Even bantu knots, anything that, kind of takes, especially if you have a tight curl.
Yes.
If you have that kind of thing going on, then you want to extend it. Then I would say something that's kind of manipulating. But I really had to learn, just basically how to love my hair. I had to teach myself and I had to educate myself. So I started reading a great book, and it's the book for the month for me. So look out on my blog.
Okay.
I'm going to be reviewing it. And this is probably like the third time I'm reading it. Is If You Love It, It Will Grow by Dr. Phoenix Austin.
It will grow.
It's a great book. It gives you that basis of, relativity of her going through what she did, or had to go through as she transitioned. And then it gives you information.
Yes.
It teaches you, okay, this is how your hair is.
Yes.
This is how you need to take care of it. It's not just something where you're like, oh, girl, my hair was so dry, or, a pity party.
Right.
It's like, we all felt this way. We've all been through it. Now this is how we get out of it.
Lovely.
I love it. And so it's just educating yourself and learning that if you love it, for
Then
real,
the education
it'll
will come.
grow.
Yes.
It will grow.
It will grow.
And so just for people who are watching, my hair
Look at that.
is here.
Look at that.
So don't be fooled, when you see it.
Yes, because it could be longer than
Oh,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
And what kind of, will you call yours twists that you have in your hair now?
Well, right now I'm actually wearing my natural hair pattern. It's kind of in between natural and froed. But I usually do wear it more extended, more in my twist outs and things like that and big. But I'm actually, liking my natural curl pattern because my hair is a lot longer, so it doesn't shrink as small as it
Yes.
used to. So.
Yes. Now, I have, we talked about the conditioner. Now, the next question I have for you is, what would you say would be a good, not moisturizer, But you know, like for sometimes you know, black hair care, it seems like we run into dry scalp, our hair is dry, and but in between when we have certain styles, we don't want to put oil on because it weighs the hair down and we feel it's going to change the style. Is there a moisturizing product that you care to mention that can give us, you know, the flexibility to be able to still, you know, wear our hair the way we want to without weighing it down?
Well, my thing is this: give your hair what it needs. You know, sometimes it may not need the oil; it might just need the moisture. And there's times when your hair is dry, but it feels oily.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So just give your hair that moisture part.
So when you say
know?
give it the moisture part,
So
what
that's
is
like a leave-in, or
So that's always a leave-in,
Either
okay.
either a liquid leave-in that you
Okay.
spray on, or a cream leave-in, or if you want to kind of like water it down a little bit, however you need to do it. Or some people just use water. You know, so if you're trying to refresh something, say you have
Yes.
a twist out,
Yes.
and your hair has the oils in it, you know, that's fine. Just put some water in it, twist it out, or put a little bit of leave-in in there,
Yes.
and then put your twist out in and take it out. You're going to see a difference. Just give your hair what it needs. You don't have to load it with a lot of product.
Okay, so then what about gels? Because gels are very drying. So let's say you're wearing your hair natural, you're wearing it all back, you don't have a press, you don't have anything, you're just wearing your hair back, and you need a gel. What's a good gel?
Well, gels, depending on what you use, are drying. I say one of my favorites is Eco Styler gel.
Olive oil.
Yes.
In the green bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See,
Olive
this is what
oil,
happens.
argan oil, and they even have a new Curly Girl Eco Styler gel, and it's at Walmart, y'all. I just saw that. I'm about to go.
Okay, so
get
what
it
is
in a minute.
curly girl meaning? It helps to
Yeah,
foster curls?
Basically, it helps to foster your curls and keep it moisturized, just specifically for curls, and it's brand new.
That's good.
So we going to Walmart after this?
Right. Exactly.
Product junkies are at it again.
Exactly. Another one that I really like is the Curls Control Paste. That's another really, really good one.
Who's that by?
Curls. It's called
Okay,
Curls.
okay.
And then one more would be, what is that called? Aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel is so moisturizing. Aloe vera
Really?
itself actually helps your hair to keep more moisture than it normally would.
Love it. I never knew that.
Yeah,
so you can
so-
just put it on and on top of your gel or underneath your gel. that you would
Well,
use.
and somebody who actually makes it is Kimberly Wright, who's actually teaching one of our classes. She
Okay.
has her line Natural Intentions with her sister.
Yes.
And Soul Ingredients. Natural Intentions is her salon. Soul Ingredients actually makes an aloe vera gel for your hair. You can put it on your skin, on your body. You can use it on anything, but it'll actually give you like a nice shine. It'll
Yes.
hold, you know.
So we can find out that and about that product and more
Exactly.
at the All Natural Love Conference
Yes.
on September 27th from 10 to 4.
Yes.
And it's going to be at the Grand in Long Beach. Very nice facility.
Exactly.
You'll be able to participate in classes.
Exactly.
You'll be able to hear about products.
Fashion
There'll
shows.
be demonstrations, fashion shows, and even brunch.
We can't
Even
forget the brunch.
Even Can't forget the
We
brunch.
can't forget the
and
brunch.
it's $40 for VIP tickets if you want the brunch, and it's $20 for general admission. Charity Watts is going to be the hostess of the mostest. She'll be the host for today.
And can I just give like some shout outs real quick? Is that
Absolutely,
okay?
absolutely.
We're going to have, again, a lot of our beauty and blogger panels. So we're going to have Curly Kimmy Star. We're going to have Siki Beauty. We're going to have the Madeira Sisters, Kiss 77, the Vic Styles, Kai Will, Spirals in Life, Posh Urban Night, Miss Tonish One, Daily Girls, if you guys know her. And then some of my other girls will be there as well. And then we're also going to have like our sponsors. And I want to thank you, all of our sponsors, BK Koa, Ball and Company, Shea Moisture is going to be there, you guys, Cream of Nature, Manisola, Savvy Chic Nail College gave us some stuff, and Carol Beauty is actually the new line that Dr. Carey just started, who is the president of the State Board Cosmetology and
yes.
Barbering. So she just started a new line called Carol. Then we have Cherish Me Beauty, we have Honeybee Naturals, and INAHSI Naturals. So we have a lot of things going on. I am thankful to so many people. It's not just me putting this on, it's everybody who's involved. I have to say that they're a big part of this too. So
This is very exciting. So don't forget to go to AU Natural NATURAL love.com for your tickets and for information, more information about the conference. Men are welcome, women are welcome, children I'm sure
Children
are
are
welcome.
welcome.
And you know it's so funny because even kids are getting relaxers and chemicals at
Yeah.
early ages. I mean,
yeah.
some as early as 3 to 5, 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
old.
I thank
So-
God my mother decided I've never
yes.
had any chemical on my hair
Yes.
except for a color when I was like 20, 21.
She really
but,
thought she was doing something.
yeah. My mom kept it natural with the twists, and then only thing she would do, I think maybe like middle school, I started getting it pressed every now and then.
Yes.
But other than that, So
That's great.
thank you, Mom.
Kelsey, you talked about hair doesn't, men and women hair, finding out what your hair is like, what you need product-wise. But normally when you see products, there's a man's version, there's a woman's version. Does it work that way in the hair care?
It does, and it's usually because men like simplicity. Men don't like to do all the steps. Women are like, I need my hair to be right. So if I need to do this step, and that step, I'm going to do it. But then you also have the women who are like the moms, like, give it to me, like, quick, straight, easy. There are products out there like that have the same simplicity, that are like 3-in-1s. They moisturize, they style, and they seal. You know? But sometimes it doesn't work for everybody. So it just depends.
That's
you
good.
know?
Because we do like that wake up, throw,
Exactly.
just boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
out,
Exactly.
you
And
know.
they have men products out there for you guys too. So trust me, you are not alone. They have thought about you.
But everybody needs some sort of product. So you can't go without.
Oh no, without a product. Oh
No.
She said, "Oh,
I'm talking to the expert.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just to think that you go without a product.
Okay, I'm gonna go nerd on you real quick. Is
Okay,
that
go
okay?
nerd
Can
on
I go
us.
nerd on you real
Yes.
quick? Okay, so when you think about the hair and how it actually grows out of your head, you have two glands. You have your sebaceous glands
Yes.
and you have your sebum glands. That's
Sebaceous is oil one. It produces oil. And the other
no.
one is
Sebaceous is your sweat glands.
sweat gland.
Sebum is your oil gland.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So with those two glands, water and oil, what does your hair need to stay healthy? Water and oil. So if your own body creates that just to make sure when you mix, like when
Wow.
you sweat and stuff,
Yes.
your oils and your water glands mix together and make what's called an acid mantle. The acid mantle actually covers the hair before it comes out of your head to protect it. You know, and so if your own skin and your own body produces water and oil to protect your hair, you don't think you're going to need that after it grows? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh yeah, so water comes in different ways. All a conditioner is water mixed with some nutrients and some other stuff.
Yes.
You know?
That's good. That is good. Don't you feel accomplished? I feel like we've learned some things, and I'm excited about trying some things. I told Kelsey I'm going to come in and let her, give me a style so I can just see how that works. And Anthony, you just dived on in back in the day, and you haven't turned back.
Gotta jump. We don't talk about this in the barbershop. We talk about a lot of stuff, but we don't talk,
We don't talk
we don't talk
natural
about
hair
this.
care.
We got
You
some
just-
other
you
stuff we
just-
can tell you about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We
Make
don't
it a
wanna-
100.
Yeah, keep that confidential. We're a little scared of that. So Charity, you're going to be hosting this event on Sunday, September 27th. And as a part of being a part of this natural hair care, do you identify yourself as being natural hair care girl, or do you feel that you're still kind of attached to a pressing comb?
Oh no, I haven't. I think this past year I've only gotten my hair done maybe once or twice in terms of straightening. I think I've been natural since high school. Really, really natural, because my father primarily was my caretaker in high school, and he definitely wasn't doing my hair. So I said I got to learn how to do this on my own. So natural hair was just easy. You can wash it, go, and then I got better at it as I went to college, and then it's just easier and it's hot. So I am totally a natural girl. I would like to say that I want to develop my naturalness in terms of styles, but I am so natural. Like,
Okay, and I'm gonna put you on blast for a moment. Now this one, you're right. You did a lot of natural stuff, but you got your hair done almost every 2 weeks.
But
by
that was
Lula.
before I went
Listening to this,
natural,
She gonna be
though.
like, Charity,
But
your
that
hair's
was
down your back because of me.
But that was before I went natural. So what I'm saying is, once I went
that's true.
natural, I was natural.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Now let me ask you this too, because I think you can help a lot of people. Did you go natural because you felt like you had to, or did you go natural because you were in a all-girls school where people weren't getting their hairs pressed and chemically treated, and maybe you just wanted to, because you wanted to wear your hair in a more natural state?
That's a good question. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think for me, and once I got in high school, I was more heavily involved in sports. I was always either winter season, I was in track, and then the spring I was in basketball.
So you needed an alternative.
So I needed something that could weather that. And then just, my schedule was hectic, so I couldn't get into the beauty salon all the time. So I think it was just, my just a number of things. But once I got in the hang of it, it was just easier for me.
And I'm glad you shared that, because these are the clients that Kelsey deal with. You have your executive career women who are, they're trying to go to the gym and they're trying to look good at work, and they need something that's versatile. You have your students who are in sports and they can't be in salons. Some of them don't have the money to be in salons. So you have a variety of people who are looking for this natural experience. So these are the people that Kelsey wants to come out.
And then
you need to come out and hear.
There's times I don't see my clients anywhere between 3 to 6 months. Because a natural hairstyle can last at maximum 3 months. They usually wear it maybe like 2. And sometimes they want to give them a break. Oh yeah. I mean, not okay.
And it does save money.
Oh, well, it is definitely going to save money. But I have enough clientele where I'm not concerned about them, not coming after a certain amount of time, So with that, a lot of people don't have time to always be in the salon or always be in a chair or always do something, So that's
also
why
an
protective
advantage.
Styles are so good.
Yeah, that's an advantage.
Right.
Even me, sometimes I don't always have time to do my hair, especially now that it's getting longer. The reason I'm wearing it, to be honest, it shrunk like this because I don't have time to be twisting it every night, So my natural hair pattern is just fine for me.
I don't have the patience. I don't have the time. I probably would end up cutting my hair because it's just way too much.
And you see, my hair goal is yours, so I don't know what I'm gonna do when my hair becomes Pocahontas slim. So
well, Charity she can give you some pointers when you get to that point.
Yes, please.
Because boy, all that hair. But we really, really appreciate you coming on. You're giving us some valuable information, Kelsey. We're excited about the All Natural Love Conference on September 27th, Sunday, September 27th, from 10 to 4 p.m. at the Grand in Long Beach. You want to be there. If you're a stylist, if you're just a regular person like me, and you want information, if you are a person who's already doing natural hair care, but you don't have the right products, you want to come out and be blessed.
And then I want to extend the invitation to not just people who have natural hair, for everybody, because it's about loving yourself, who you are.
Lovely.
There are other ethnicities out there who don't even like their own hair. You know what I mean? And natural products are for everybody because it's natural.
So come out, get information. And we want to give a shout out to your mom too, who happens to be in the studio, and she's just as beautiful as you. So thank you for coming, Brenda. And then we do want to say goodbye. Just the sad part, to our engineer, Paulina, who's been the absolute best. We love her.
She's been so amazing.
She's going on to greater and brighter things, but she'll never forget us, and maybe she'll come back and do something with us really soon. God bless and congratulations. Okay, don't forget, it's not your ability that reveal your true strengths, it's your choices. Good night.
You can say what you wanna say, be who you wanna be. Come speak your mind, be you. Get ready for the Nakid Truth. Dr. Kelly bringing it to you right on time. No half stepping. She's bringing you the Nakid Truth.